Hi, I'm Yvonne Letter with altMD, and I'm here in the office in Coral Gables, one of three of Dr. Stephen Chasens, who is a board-certified acupuncture physician and herbologist. And what's interesting about Dr. Chasens is that he has had many degrees and many types of professions, but he settled on being an acupuncture physician in the end because he said he followed his heart. He has a master's in environmental science and marine science, and was a computer consultant, and even did a stint in Crandon Park as a lifeguard. And what he found fulfilled his soul the most was helping people manage their pain. In this office and in the other two locations, one on Key Biscayne and one in Aventura, they treat the belly, brain, and the pain, and some pediatric acupuncture. Very interesting stuff. And my biggest question that I think that the public needs to know about acupuncture is, what is qi? Because acupuncture supposedly balances the body's qi.
It's a good question, and it's not a simple answer, but I'll try and explain it to you. In organic chemistry, there are electrical byproducts for chemical reactions, and the electricity is accumulated in our bodies through thousands of chemical reactions that are necessary for processing our function. The electricity is distributed homogeneously and is responsible for the function of our brain, of our hearts, of our muscles, and all of our organs. And this is what we see as qi, is the internally generated bioelectricity.
You mentioned something to me before we started the interview about eels, and that really helped me understand what qi is.
Well, that was actually one of the oldest forms of electrotherapy. For arthritic conditions and some types of mental emotional problems, people were subject to the shocking ability of electric eels to correct the imbalances in their bodies. And these particular eels create electricity through organic chemical reactions, much the same that we do, only they have the ability to produce high voltage and high amps, whereas ours is measured on a very low scale.
So let's say if you're a senior adult and you have a great digestive system, but it just doesn't seem to be working, what would you call that as far as our bioelectricity?
Weak stomach qi.
Weak stomach qi, and so that would be similar to like a short circuit of our existing equipment.
That's exactly right. The equipment could run fine. It would be much the same as having a car that had a loose wire. The car could run very well, but if it's not getting the proper electrical signal, then it's not going to perform.
And what about a traumatic accident?
Traumatic accidents have the potential to break or interrupt the flow of energy. So unlike the senior who has weak energy, a traumatic accident to a young adult may interrupt the flow so that they could experience muscle pain or cramps.
So it's all about balancing or improving the body's bioelectricity. That's what acupuncture is, boiled down to its very basics. I hate to simplify all your years of learning, but for me, the very little brain, I need to know what it is that we would be doing to my body.
That's exactly right. It's about not only balancing, but balancing naturally and restoring function and correcting the problem so that it does not come back, or it needs very little maintenance to maintain that correction. And there's a big difference. We don't use chemicals. We try and provide relief initially, and then once the problem has been relieved, we try and go and correct the cause of the problem.
Excellent. Well, if you want to visit Dr. Stephen Chasens, like I said, he has an office in Aventura and Key Biscayne and in Coral Gables on Douglas Road, 2645 Douglas Road. This is Yvonne Lederer for altMD. See you next time.